It's the end of the regular season. We welcome you into another edition of Bowling Green Falcon Hockey Weekly. I'm Ryan Vallon here with head coach Chris Bergeron. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
And Coach, you go to Huntsville, Alabama for the end of the regular season and come away with a split. Let's start in the first game. It was kind of a close game throughout, and then Huntsville took it away from you with about a couple minutes to play in the third.
Yeah, we got ourselves a little bit of penalty problem early in the third, and they scored a 5-on-3 goal to tie it up. And then it was, one shot, right, for either team. And they made a nice play and a high tip goal that Ryan didn't have much of a chance on. And we had our chance in the third period, weren't able to capitalize, so good for them for doing it. We found ourselves in a position we haven't been in a whole lot the second half, in that having to respond to losing on Friday. And our guys did that. I thought we came out great Saturday and scored a couple early, and were able to just go from there.
Yeah, for Saturday it was a tale of a different game. The shutout bid for Ryan Bednar. That was his third of his career, second of the season, and you guys were able to take it away from Huntsville in the second game.
Yeah, I really liked the way we started. I thought that there was a resiliency there, a not be denied mentality there, and we found a way to go in the end of the first period up 2-0, and we scored early in the second on the power play. And I mean, Ryan, yeah, the score was 3-0, but we had 3 or 4 chances after we made it 3-0 to increase the lead that their goaltender made unbelievable saves on. Bednar made some good saves himself, there's no doubt about that, but we had a chance we didn't stop playing, is my point. We kept playing, we kept creating opportunities. No more pucks went in the net, but we'd scored enough, and I thought overall we responded properly to what happened on Friday, and now we feel good about ourselves heading into playoffs.
For the special teams, your team has scored 3 power play goals in the weekend, but also gave up 2. What can you talk about the special teams?
Well, I really like the power play. 3 for 8's a good thing. I mean, I think the specifics of it was I would like to have seen us been a little bit better on the 5-minute major that we had, but all in all, 3 for 8's pretty good. And our special teams over the course of the last 4 games is 23% of the power play. Now the PK 2 for 4 is a little misleading. One of that was a 5-on-3 goal, which always is difficult. And the other one was an exchange between our goalie and our D. I thought our in-zone 5-on-4 PK was good. I thought our mentality to make the team dump the puck and us retrieving those pucks and get them down the ice was pretty good. But you get 2 for 4. Now Saturday we responded with a 3 for 3 effort, and one of those was a 5-on-3 again. And we're going to need that 3-2-3 area in terms of penalty kill opportunities. We have to stay away from the 5-on-3s and be a little more disciplined there. But all in all, I like where our special teams are. As I said, our power plays at 23%, the PK's at 90 over the course of the last 4 games, and that's the level we're going to need to be at.
Moving ahead to this weekend coming up, it's round 1 of the WCHA quarterfinals, and you're welcoming Ferris State, a rematch of the quarterfinal matchup from last year. We're going to talk about what's to expect for this matchup coming up this weekend.
Well, these 2 programs are very familiar with one another. As you said, we played last year in the playoffs. We've played a bunch of hockey over the course of my 8 years here, whether it be in this league or the CCHA. So there's a rivalry there. I think you're going to see 2 teams that respect each other but probably don't like each other a whole lot, so you're going to see that. And this is cliche, but I do think you put the standings and you put the records at the door because these 2 teams are so familiar with one another. I think it's going to be a tight checking, hard weekend, which I'm not sure if we know any different than that. And the one advantage we have is we did earn home ice, and it'll be in the friendly confines of our own ice arena, which is a good thing. But other than that, it's a very tight matchup, very close teams in terms of the makeup of each team. It'll be who executes better, which is pretty similar to every other weekend, but there'll be a little extra fire there just with the familiarity that these 2 programs have for one another.
With the regular season being over, what can you look back on the regular season and say what you did like and maybe what you didn't like and like to improve on moving forward as your team looks to make a run in the playoffs?
Well, the things I think about 20 wins, 17 in the regular season, 17 5-6 or 6-5 WCHA record. So those 2 are overall record and the WCHA record really like. What I don't like is I think there was opportunities for us to earn second place and maybe even push harder for first. That I think in the first half we let some things slip through our fingers, and that is something that unfortunately, Ryan, has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for us. It's happened before. This is the best regular season standing we've had in terms of losses. We've had 17 wins before, but we've never had 6 losses. That's the best for us there. So it's the most points we've had. But again, third place has been way too consistent. We want to be more like second and first, and I think we let some opportunities slip through our fingers again, in particular in the first half of the year. So that needs to something we need to improve on.
All right, thank you very much, Coach, for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
And of course, you go ahead and claim your tickets at bgcfalcons.com. And if you cannot make it to the Slater Family Ice Arena for round 1 of the playoffs, I will have you covered on the Falcon Radio Network and WCHA.tv. And it's going to be round 1 between Bowling Green and Ferris State at home on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if necessary. Let the games begin. It's round 1 this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.